What's going on, guys? This is FTF Top Bins Talk presented by FTF Canada. We're here to talk with the boys about the TST 7v7 tournament. Lads, introduce yourselves. Sammy?
I'm Sammy and play for York University, York Lions. And I also play League One with Vaughn. And I recently played in the TST 7v7 tournament.
My name's Raheem Rose. I currently play for Vaughan, Missouri in League One, as well as 9 de Octubre for futsal. And I just played in, the TST tournament in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think he had a decent tournament, Raheem, from what I've read and seen and watched. But hey, fellas, thanks for hopping on. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to do this. Obviously, I know for you guys in the East Coast, it's a little bit later than it is for me on the West here. But happy we were able to make some time to do it. So just to get us started, did you guys have any idea about what this TST tournament was all that long ago, or was it kind of brought to your attention and then you just kind of took it from there?
You could go first, Sammy.
Okay, so not gonna lie, so I was at a family event and Rod texted me. He's like, "Yo, Sammy, come to North Carolina." I'm like, "Bro, what's going on in North Carolina? What's happening there?" So he's like, "Yo, there's a $1 million tournament. I want you to play there, you know?" So I'm like, "Okay, who do I contact?" And he told me to contact Kova, which was the GM / player. And he basically explained what the TST tournament was. And I just said I was there, you know? I didn't really know too much about it. And it was a couple of days before we had to travel for the tournament. So yeah, that's how I figured it out.
Oh, so you were late.
I was so
late to the party. That's unreal. Yeah. Raheem, how did you find out first? Obviously, that's also Mario was the GM.
Yeah, Mario's the GM. Josh Kahn, he runs Sports League Canada, a really good friend of mine. And I actually went to Ryerson University with him, and I play on the varsity team with him. He I forget how he introduced it to me, but I think we saw it together or something like that. And then just shits and giggles, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put in a team, blah blah blah. You're my first pick. We're gonna do this, blah blah." And then it's probably this is probably in December. So it's coming closer and closer, January, February, and then things started to take form. And he's like, "Yeah, I already made a deposit. We need to make our team." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess we're gonna do this." And yeah, no, we had quite a while to prepare. A lot of it was figuring out who we wanted to bring, who was best fit for the team and stuff like that. And then the last couple of months, maybe in May and April, we had we started to train a bit and iron out the details and do stuff like that.
Yeah, and probably most importantly, keeping one Julian D'Souza at arm's length away.
Hey man, we were considering it because he was balling in the hangar and he was doing his thing.
There was your chance, Jules. You had an open tryout. You just couldn't quite get it done over the line, eh?
It's all good. It's all good. Next year.
Yeah, but no, in regards to the tournament, me personally, I didn't you hear money tournament. Obviously, the cash prize is $1 million, but you're just thinking it's just another money tournament. But the way it played out is honestly arguably one of the best, if not the best tournament I ever played in. And I've been to I've been to FISU with our Olympic team for university. I've been to Neymar 5 to represent Canada. I've been to a lot of places, but yeah, no, this one took the cake, to be honest.
That's awesome. I mean, it's kind of funny because I know Mario now because he lives in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So he actually came out and trained with our team for a little bit, and I actually play against him in our league all the time. So it's really funny. He's good mates with one of my really close friends.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea. I saw him there, and I was like, "This looks like his kind of tournament." I didn't know he was the GM though. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, Kova is he's one of the archetype archetype. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like,
He
when
fits
you
it
when
well.
you're money
Fits
tournaments for
7v7.
small money tournaments are small sided, like he's just, everyone knows Kova.
He's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is, because like even so during the pandemic and stuff, because obviously we're lucky in BC that we could be outside all the time. Me and a couple of buddies, because no one was able to train all this stuff. A couple of us had keys because we worked for clubs, so we had access to just some small sided stuff.
Yeah.
Any team he was on won.
Yeah.
And we'd just be inviting anyone to come out and do this stuff, and he was unbelievable, man. His patience, his strength, how clever he is.
Yeah.
All that stuff's unbelievable. But yeah, let's jump into like what the tournament was like though. So you guys land in North Carolina. Like, did you guys have any idea what even the setup was going to look like as far as facilities, what the other team makeup was like? Because I mean, Jesus, there's a shit ton of ex-pros in that.
Yeah. You go first, Sammy.
So basically, like, obviously, like, I didn't know like too much about the tournament. All I heard was like $1 million, and I was like straight up, I was like right there, like wherever footy takes me, I have to be there. Like I didn't even think about it twice. So I obviously got like a list of like what's gonna be there. Like I knew like there was gonna be like a player villa, and there was gonna be like all the fields, right? And once we reached at the North Carolina, like the atmosphere was like crazy. Like we really we didn't even know what to say, you know what I mean? So like we had everything as like you need as a player, it was there. All the physios, all the machines for like massaging your legs, like refreshments, everything was there. So it was a really good experience, and like it was one of the best tournaments I've ever been in,
like you think of like, when you to deduce it, like it's like it was literally like a mini World Cup. Obviously, like no one's representing a specific nation, but like a World Cup tournament. Like I ended up, so the guys got there a day or two before me because I was playing in another money tournament in New Jersey.
Everywhere, bro. Fucking up.
Yeah, I was playing in an Afghan tournament, so I flew to Toronto and then I flew to North Carolina, and I think I got there around at like 11, like right before the guys had came off the field. Prior to that, they sent the itinerary with like the logistics of what's going to be included, we're going to be able, what's going to be facilitated, what's going to be there and stuff like that. And then like, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but after reading it, I was like, yo, no, this is like legit, like grass pitches, 7-a-sides, nets, physios on the pitch, off the pitch. We had our own like trailer bunker designated for us. A lot of gear, like so so everyone pulled up. Yeah, so everyone pulled up to the villas, and we didn't have any like everyone's wearing like different gears. So like everyone's looking at like we're representing Canada. Is like what are these guys wearing? Like who are these bums basically? And then we get to the trailer, and we're handed all of our happy birthday. Sorry guys. Happy birthday. We're handed like all of our TST gear and all of our stuff. And we kind of started to look like a team finally. And like I mean, yeah, no, like it's like everything just like was like top tier. Like, and they I mean, if you didn't like, I personally didn't know like what to expect until like everything started like panning out.
Yeah, I agree as well. Like about the gear thing, like I was pulling up in like Nike Tech OVO with Yeezy slides, you know what I mean? And then you have guys wearing fucking like weird shit. Like we didn't look like all the like Moali teams and West Ham, all those guys, they had tracksuits like top tier. So like mans are looking at us and they're like, who are these guys? You know what I mean?
Where these bums? Like where these guys pulling up? Yeah,
like,
no, like and like even I pulled up the following day, and like they gave us like slides, and I was wearing like Yeezy slides, and they're like, yo, where are your slides? Like this is like coordinators for the tournament, like where are your slides? And I'm like, what slides? It's like, oh, as soon as you get here, you're supposed to get your own blah 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 slides. Like I'm looking at everyone's feet, everyone's wearing the same slides, and then I have my had my Yeezy slides on. So like, no, they blessed all the man still like really well. They dealt with us really nice.
I'm gonna need some of that gear, bro, when I see you guys, to be honest. Fuck,
No, that's unbelievable. So I mean, like again, like you guys kind of talk about the fact that you had no idea what to kind of go in and expect. And there's some interesting rules in the tournament as well, especially when you go to extra time. Like, did you guys know about that going in? B, if not, like how kind of a big of a blindside was that? And do you guys have kind of specific strategies that you thought about?
So like basically like during like before we got to the tournament, we kind of had an idea of like some of the rules, and the main one was the substitutions. So we weren't allowed to go on until like the player was completely off the pitch. Like if you got on before you came off, it would be like a straight red card, right? So we had to be like really crucial, and like as soon as if like a player was coming off, you either had to sprint off or like wait till the next next play is done. And like during the substitutions, like the play can continue going on. You know what I mean? Because you have like 5 seconds to, like if the ball goes out, you have like 5 seconds to play it, or it's the other opposition's ball. But like I'm sure like we didn't do bad with it. Obviously like some of the rules were banned because like these Americans, they don't like us. They don't like us at all.
For real. Like,
yeah, against the Israeli team. So like, you know how you're supposed to get a red card if like more than 7 players are on. So these guys celebrated a banger. Like they scored.
Mind you, they scored a banger.
They scored a banger on us. It was like a volley. So like their whole team came on the field and started celebrating, and we're like, "What's going on? Like everyone like should be having a red card." You know what I mean? And like the ref didn't care. He's like, "They're just celebrating. Like just play on." And then there was the slide tackling rule. Like every time we were slide tackling, they would either give a foul or like they'll give us a card. You know what I mean? And like the ref was just like they're on us. Like they didn't like us at all. So like I feel like the rules like we enforced them, but like other teams like they let us slide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it definitely felt biased at times, but and the biggest thing was the slide tackling. But like people who like play indoor and small sided, like they know there's a fine line between slide tackling and like sliding, and that's always been tricky. Mind you, so we played Tel Aviv was our third game, and right before, so our second game, we heard about the red card rule, where there was like a team, like we went on to play our second game against Virginia, and right where we're going on the field, like a couple of our buddies knew other players, and they're like, "Oh, how'd the game? How'd it go?" And it's like, "Oh, we won, but like I got a red." He's like, "What'd you get a red for?" And he's like, "I just ran on the pitch." So like, so at that point, yeah. So when they told us that, at that point, we're like, "Okay, guys, yeah, we have to be serious about when we're going on the pitch, when we're not coming off the pitch." And it was like the fact that Tel Aviv, like whatever, they scored a goal and celebrated, and it wasn't a target goal. It was just a like any other goal. They went on, celebrated. We're expecting like cars to come out and like things to start flying, but it is what it is. Like we move on from there. One of the other biggest rules was the target score, and we found that to be the most interesting one because like
it saved you guys a couple of times.
The target score was crazy. Like
I think
I find out about it. Do you guys know about that going on? I mean, I would assume that's kind of an important rule to know.
Our GM, our other GM, Josh, he was like, "Yeah, no, it's like don't worry, like whatever." Like we would practice it at training. So whatever we play, like say for instance, small sided 6 minutes, whatever the score was, like opposing team has to score the highest goal. So it'd be like 4 or 5 and whatever. So we were prepared for it. And like, mind you, like I think we were down in 2 games and we came back and won from that.
I think it was the Abs goal. I think it was Abs' goal to win. That was the one you guys were down 1-0. And you guys won 2-1.
Bro, so we had like 4 games we came from behind.
Yeah.
Let's just say if the target score wasn't thing, I don't know if you guys go to the final.
It was definitely would have been 100%.
And just
Like,
just for anyone who's listening who doesn't actually understand or have a clue what the hell we're talking about, I mean, do you mind just explaining like what it is? So obviously you're tied at full time,
so
and
you're
then now
you're tied at full time, 1-1. The next like is basically last goal wins. So to justify to like deduce everything is last goal wins. However, because it's 1-1, the target score would be 2. Say for instance, I'm facing Julian. Julian's up 3. I have 0. The target goal is 4. So I have to score 4 goals. Julian has to score 1 to get to 4, obviously. Every 5 minutes, the goal isn't achieved, you take a player off. So both teams are just taking players off at that time.
Every 5 minutes, you lose the next player.
Yeah.
Happened in the final.
Uh,
Didn't you guys go down one
Yeah,
player?
yeah. It was like
You
a
guys lost
3v3,
player
I
in the
think.
final?
Yeah,
did 2 players come off in the final or 1?
it was 2.
It was 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
So in the
yeah.
final, 2 players came off. The target score was 2. And yeah, man, hats off to what are their names again?
Fuck, I don't remember.
It was Newtown
Hockey guys.
FC.
Newtown
Yeah.
FC. No, those guys are ballers, man. Most of those guys are arena players, so they know the ins and out of the game. And like, if you rewatch the game, which I did, like, arena soccer is like a whole different type of soccer. So like,
it's unbelievable, man. It's
oh yeah,
unreal. I used to play with a bunch of the guys from the Tacoma Stars and stuff.
Yeah,
they're like it's so different.
It's very strategic, and there are a lot of set pieces, like during game, like while in the run of play. So like a big difference is like when we're subbing because like guys are tired. You see your players tired, so you're subbing. When you rewatch the game, those guys are like sprinting towards the net to draw a player to play it out wide. It's like coordinated plays, and it's totally different ball game.
I know every time they were subbing, like you'd get confused, like where'd my man go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you need to mark a guy who was open, and they'll leave one like the other post open. You know what I mean? So like it was a lot of thinking and running, and like that's how they all played us. To be honest with you, that was like a key factor of why we lost track of them.
Yeah,
it's got to be difficult after playing that many games in that short a period of time as well, right? Like it's a lot of football over just a couple of days.
Yeah.
Well, again, and you guys kind of touched on the player village and stuff. Like, what was that kind of experience like? Just being around, you're just around everybody playing. Number one, but 2, there's some massive names.
Yeah. So like the player village, like it was like big containers with our logos of our teams on it. So like we had everything there. We had what was the brand? I think it was like BioSteel bottles or something.
Oh yeah, BioSteel, yeah.
We had towels. We had all our gear was already set up for us, like before we even got there. And yeah, it was a really good experience. And like right beside the villa was the physio tent. So like it was really easy access there. And also the golf carts would like get rides back to the villa from the stadium. And like it was chill, like it felt really nice. I think it was the first day. As soon as we got to the villa, I was leaving to watch the Dortmund game. And as I was leaving, I see Fabregas. I was like, yo, what's going on? As soon as I seen him, I was like, yo, can I get a pic with you? And he's like, yeah, for sure. He's a very humble guy. And like you see lots of like people there make connections. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, to be honest with you.
Sammy got him to sign all his shit. He's gonna hawk it on eBay after this.
Nah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Shout out to Wake Med Soccer Park. Like it was their facility, and a lot of their staff was included in all the things they were doing. So at the physio tent, they're like making sure we're good, like remembering our names, like, oh, you have this knock, oh, you have that knock, oh yeah, how are you feeling today? Like throughout the 4 or 5 days we were there, like they really took care of us. So it was nice. They had Theraguns. They had like these different types of massage balls. It was crazy. Yeah, they had like energy bars. They had like unlimited, obviously, water and energy drinks and stuff like that. And the fans, man, like like obviously people didn't know who the hell we were, like SLCFC, until, well, they knew who we were obviously because we did well. Like we won our first 2 games, lost the third one. So they started to like, oh, the Canadians, the Canadians, the Canadas.
On.
So and then around the 16, we started to get some fans, and it was crazy, and it was looking nice.
They were showing you guys some love out there.
They're showing us some real love, and like the first overwhelming feelings when whatever I assisted Damien's goal against Mo Ali team. Yeah, so right after that goal, like it was like, I think the because we didn't play in the stadium until quarters. So the round of 16, I think the round of 16 in the stadium game had ended before ours. So everyone started walking down. Then whatever, I assisted Damon, and then I just saw a crowd of people. And then it's just flashing lights, cameras in your face. You're trying to celebrate. You're just seeing flashing lights. You see the man chasing you. You're trying to celebrate.
Shirt off and everything, eh?
Literally, yeah. Sickest, overwhelming feeling. Like first that, and then at that time, I was like, yo, we're gonna win this. Like this is very winnable. Like this is winnable tournament.
I feel like the craziest game was the Zala FC. Like you're winning goal.
The semi-final, the Raheem goal.
That's when everything hit. Like I don't think no one slept that night. It's crazy. Cameras everywhere. Like as soon as he scored the goal, like a couple moments after, like all the cameras on Raw, like they're everywhere. Like I couldn't even believe it. It felt like I was in the Champions League final. Like
yo,
I mean? Like
as crazy as it sounds, like I won the futsal championship. I won League One championship last year, bro. To scoring that semifinal goal felt like I was playing in literally like a Champions League final. The crowd, like I rewatched the game and I look at the background. I'm just looking at everyone's reaction, and people are bigging me up like, oh, Rose. Everyone's going crazy.
Yo, we gotta talk about that celly though. What happened on the celly? We seen you slip.
I was trying to, man. My
this
shirt
guy's trying to take his shirt off.
I was trying to take my shirt off. It was too sticky, and then I dropped, and then. Yeah, it was history on there. Yeah.
I think I watched the video back like 20 times.
Yeah, no, Kai made the funniest meme about it.
See, sir.
Yeah, like I forget what song you put in the background, but no, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I'm gonna post it.
Fucking hell.
No, that's unbelievable. And just like, I mean, especially after that, like obviously getting to play against, I don't remember if it was your guys' round of 16 or quarterfinal, but you guys play against like Stephen Ireland, Cameron, like those are proper Premier League players. Like they played a long time. Breck Shea played in the Prem for a little bit, right? What was one of the things you guys kind of noticed playing against them, even though, they're all in a little bit different stage of their life? Like what were certain things that you kind of saw from them where you went, oh my God, still got it?
Yeah, I think the most part was like they were very physical. You know what I mean? Like they gave it to us. I think that top player Shea, I did a little move on him and he wasn't happy about it. So like he took me out. You know what I mean? And my leg was sore. Like it's still sore now. And I was worried I wasn't gonna be able to play the final. You know what I mean? But that guy, he's a no nonsense guy. Stephen Ireland, he's a baller, you know what I mean? Like he still has it in him. And his son as well. I don't wanna speak on Phil, but like, bro, man, he slipped, bro. I don't know why he caught Phil slipping. He did a little move on him. And those guys, like they're really good, but we held them down. And it was really a pleasure to play against them,
Your leg, is your head still ringing?
Oh yeah, I took that like a big man though. I took that like
the ball.
Yo, you know what the funny thing about that is? After that happened, he scored after that, and I was telling everyone, yo, Sammy's awake. it ringed off his head, and then I think we combined and he scored. I'm like, yes, Sammy's awake.
Did a couple staggers away and.
I didn't even know where I was for a second, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, those guys, those old vets, they like, I'd say like whatever their ages, they're old, but their quality hasn't. Obviously, their pace has changed because of age, but their quality, you could tell that they were quality players growing up.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those things that I think like the technique side of it never really goes away, where you all of a sudden you see like a pass they make and you're like, whoa, that seemed a little bit hard for 10 yards.
Yeah,
the guy kills it and you're like, oh, that looks a little different. You know, that was one of the things I noticed with playing with guys like that, was the same thing where you're like, oh my God, and it was no stress. You know what I mean? So yeah, guys. And just like, was there anything else that you guys kind of what was one of the biggest things you took from the experience? Was it just like the tournament itself? Was it a particular individual moment? Someone you met?
Well, for me, it's just that narrative of Canadians not being able to ball, and maybe it's the narrative that we don't get these type of opportunities where we could showcase ourselves and excel. But I feel like whenever the chance does come, like we're always there. We're always, if not on the podium placing, we're showing people that, Canada's, hey man, we may not be like the soccer football-esque country everyone thinks we are, but we could ball, man. We could ball with anyone. We're there knocking on doors. And it's just whenever we go and represent ourselves at whatever level, like we could do it. It's not impossible, like, at all.
Yeah, I have to agree with Ra. I feel like any opportunity we get, like overseas or OT, you know what I mean? Like, we have nothing to lose. We're there to showcase ourselves. We're there to represent Canada. And it felt good knowing that a lot of people, not only from Toronto or Ontario, but also in other provinces, were supporting us as well. We had I think our coach Lorenzo told us that we had guys from Nunavut having a watch party, and like hearing that type of stuff motivates you to do better. You know what I mean? And I really took
all the way in Nunavut.
That's crazy, you know what's crazy? Because those guys are the guys that I played against in the futsal.
Oh, in Ontario Cup. Yeah.
They're like, bro, the guys are messaging me after every game. Yo, keep going, man. I remember you from the game. Like, you're tough. You're sick. Keep going. You're sick, man. Keep going. I'm rooting for you. And that love and support, bro, it goes such a long way, and it's so appreciative. Like, it's like, why would I stop playing if like all that stuff is just, it just puts a smile on the people's faces. Like, brings together like a community outside of my own.
Yeah, and I feel like the whole tournament, like the way it feels like I played like a whole soccer career already. You know what I mean? Like, I started from the bottom, then made it to the top, had like my lowest moments. Like the experience there was unreal. Like, I met a lot of like celebrities also, and made a lot of connections as well. And yeah, like I really enjoyed it, and I honestly didn't want to leave. So like, I'm very grateful to be part of the first TST tournament.
I think Smits is still out there, no? The keeper?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to come home, bro.
He's not ready to come home.
He's still in the hangar.
Not at all.
Okay, no. What a
you have
legend.
to ship him back in that thing.
Trust me.
Yeah, honestly, I had no idea none of it had a futsal culture, but that kind of makes sense because it's probably still icy as shit up there.
Yeah.
Probably the only way they can play, right? Like, that's actually unbelievable. Are you expecting them to put a team in next year, or have they texted you that?
No, they're telling us that if anything, they're gonna send a bunch of people to come watch us and support and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I mean, are you guys especially after this, like this kind of went pretty, it went pretty big, especially within the footballing community across the country. I think a lot of people were going, wait, hold on, what's going on? Yeah. Where's this team from? Where are they playing? What are they playing in? Are you guys kind of expecting a lot of other people to kind of put their hat in the ring here, or what do you think?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like our biggest thing was like we saw like I think Newtown was like one of the, if not one of two, like arena soccer teams. So it's like we weren't an arena soccer team. So it's like the fact that we were able to make it to the finals, and then obviously we lost to an arena type soccer team. I feel like next year and years to come, a lot of arena soccer teams are going to be like, oh, yo, like, this is a big thing that we could, go and do and play and whatnot. So even, and I think even the guys are saying, like, I think when we went to quarters, a bunch of the guys were like, yo, what is this? Yo, I'm down for next year, blah, blah, blah. Yo, I want to come. this and that. Yeah.
You get to the semi, you're like, yeah, you're not coming. You can form your own team.
Yeah. It's like, make your own or you have to try out. That's what Josh is saying.
Oh, that's what you told Julian too, eh?
Julian's more than capable of coming to play. It's just everything's just on him.
Oh, there
That's
you
why
go.
we're doing an interview with you lads. We want to hear what's up with you lads. We're not worried about Julian, bro. We're good. One question though. I want to hear one question or an answer from you guys. One person, I know what your guys' answer is gonna be. One guy that was like lights out. Like you look at him and you're like, holy fuck, this guy's a different level type shit.
For me,
tell me the little guy from Newton. What's his name? The kid that's
number 10.
Nasty.
No. Like
I
right after the game, whatever, when they released the 7 and whatnot, and not even before that, I was like, number 10 was their best player, easily.
I'd say number 10 as well. But number 77 held it down as well.
The big man that scored the second.
Big guy. Apparently, like he's like one of the best 77 players in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I checked out his page. This guy's playing with Ronaldinho. He's playing with Falcao.
Yeah. They're supposed to be like, bro. They paid like $80K for him to come out because he missed the first game and they lost.
I heard that on the stream, actually. They did say that.
Holy, you guys don't know his name, eh?
Nunez or something, no?
I think it was Nunez. Yeah. And the little guy's Costa.
Yeah, little guy's Costa. Supposedly, he's been playing in the MLS for a while, though.
Oh, he's MLS guy?
I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
And he's fucking playing $1 million tournament?
Yeah.
Fucking
on league, man. It's all right.
No, he's lights out, though. That kid's quality.
Yeah, no, I thought he was good. Everyone else was, like, decent, whatever. But, like, those two stood out the most for me.
Yeah.
All right, and then so hey, tournament comes to a close. Raheem, are you expecting to be on like the all-star team? Is there a moment in there where you're like, hey, you know what? Got to the final?
I mean, I had my moments. I think I could have done a lot better. I thought I would have put Gogs or Champs before me. That's me personally. So I kind of was surprised to see myself there. I mean, I did have my like really important moments. But yeah, no, I mean, thank God I got to, whoever chose me. So hats off for them to see how capable I was, I guess.
No, I mean, like you definitely had these big moments, right? I think like that was probably one of the bigger things is that in all of those, in a lot of those games in deciding moments, you were a part of them. Right, like that's kind of a huge thing is just showing up at the right time, having those big moments, especially in games where they're elimination games. Like that's kind of what you need someone to step up and have moments of magic.
But
yeah, and then I'm guessing the mood from the group is we're running it back again, eh?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, like, it was super salty, and like you think about, oh bro, they're gonna come back with more MSL players, more Arena League soccer players, but like our biggest, but we're not worried. That's the thing. We're not worried. Like that's the thing. Everyone's like, we're running it back. And like, a lot of our energy while we were playing is like, bro, guys, these guys don't know where we're from. Like these guys don't know what we do or what we've done. like we're from the trenches. Like
we're from the trenches.
I look at Sammy, I look at Abs, I look at Kova, and Kova's Kova, but Kova would be like, they don't know where we're from, Raheem. They don't know where we're from with his formal voice. And then he'll go, we're from the hood, or like we're from the trenches. And it's
then you have guys like Damien, man.
Or even D-Man, D-Nice, yeah, exactly. Like those guys, like we bring that energy while we're playing, and it's like, and it translates to our game, and it translates to those big moments, and that's what's always been like a good thing about our team that I like.
No, for sure. I mean, hey, they're gonna know who you are next year. So like it's I mean it's almost exciting because you guys now have something to genuinely prepare for. You guys know exactly what you're getting into. You know what to expect, and I'm sure like there has got to be some sort of marketing that's going to go behind if you guys like, oh, look who signed up again, and they're probably going to pump the shit out of that too. So even some fans might even be like, we know exactly what we're getting into with this team, right? Almost from the
SLC,
get-go.
baby, SLC.
Might be on
Well,
that stadium opening game.
That's what the biggest thing is. It wasn't until like probably quarterfinals when we're walking towards the stadium. Guys are like, go Canada, go Canada. You could do it, Canada, go Canada. We're cheering for Canada, we're cheering for Canada, and stuff like that. But like prior to that, it was just like silence and walking, and that's it. We're on our
All
own
business, man.
thing. Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure you guys will be even a little bit more prepared this year where you're going to have like team kit to wear. You're going to come down with stuff, not everyone in different shit.
I mean, like, we want to get like a bios. I think Josh is like saying he wants to get like a BioSteel sponsorship or something like that. So that's like the biggest thing that we're looking to do.
Yeah, I might be able to help you out with that. We'll see.
Yeah.
You might know a person or two.
I might know someone.
Come on.
Jules, anything else, buddy? Got anything else?
We're good. We're good if you want to add anything.
Okay, last question, guys. Besides obviously winning the tournament, what's one huge thing that you're looking at for next year, either wanting to complete or a goal that you've almost kind of looked at going, that's what I'm kind of setting for myself?
I feel like my main goal is just to run it back and like win, like take it all. You know what I mean? That's all.
Love
really,
that, bro. I love that.
And yeah, I have my mind locked in on that, and yeah, I have nothing to lose.
That's literally it. Like that's like, and it, like we went back to the change room, and like after things died down and whatnot, like D Nice looked at me and he's like, we're running it back. I mean, it's like we're gonna run it back. Like,
That's such a nice thing to do, bro.
Yeah.
I swear.
And like no. Like it's like like I feel like personally, I feel like we have unfinished business, and that's what the biggest thing is. Like our business is not finished, and like we're more than capable of going back and doing what we have to do. So yeah, the narrative next year is we're back with unfinished business.
I was loving the posts, bro. The job's not done. I was like, okay, these guys are still locked in. I love it. Come on.
That's awesome. I mean, you guys got to make sure that you guys kind of, I mean, even from the other side, besides preparing yourselves and getting fit and all that, because that's one thing that I kind of noticed when I watched, especially some of the older guys where when you guys were playing against Stephen Ireland, I was like, they look gassed.
Dead.
Gassed. They're not fit. They're not fit for that. You know what I mean? So again, besides like the fitness side of it, man, there's got to be someone's got to come up with some sort of a marketing plan for that shit, because that thing could blow up.
Yeah,
very much so. It's like it's like after the tournament, we had like a bunch of like people messaging us. Oh, can we get this interview? Oh, can we do that interview? Oh, would you like to feature on this? Would you like to feature on that? So it's like, pardon me. Next year, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of inclusive like sponsorships. Like Josh was saying, we're gonna have like one of those Swedish jerseys where it's like 6 different logos, 7 different logos.
On the back, you're gonna be, what's his last name?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, something like that. But no. I'm interested. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to next year. And until then, just do our thing with Vaughn, for me at least.
All right, guys. Hey, well, thank you so much for hopping on. It was really cool to hear about that experience. Obviously, North Carolina is also a really nice place to go visit too. Holy shit. I'm sure the weather was very nice. It's obviously, again, guys, thanks so much for hopping on. Sammy, it's good to see you. Ex-FTF player along with Julian here. Raheem and I are a little bit older.
That's the best.
But it's always nice to see that connection.
Thank you guys for having us. Looking forward to rewatching it, obviously, but appreciate the shout out. Appreciate the interview.
Yeah, quick. Any shout outs you want to make, both of you guys?
I have a couple. Shout out to my family who watched the whole time, who called me morning before. We did a little prayer. Shouts out to God, Jesus, obviously Lord and Savior. Shouts out to Hannah, my daughter's aunt. It's her birthday today. Love. And shout out to Rex Del FC. The gang. Shout out to the guys. 9 de Octubre, futsal guys. And I think that's about it for me.
One guy I forgot to shout out was Luca Forno. He basically helped set me up to join the tournament. I don't know what I'll do or where I'd be if I wasn't there without him. Shout out my family, shout out God, and shout out everyone who supported us along this journey. And shout out Overtime, eh?
Gang. Come on. Can't forget Hotel Vaughn too.
Yeah, shout out to you guys, man. For sure.
All right, fellas. Thank you so much for hopping on again. Best luck in your prep for next year. And I think everyone's really excited to see what's gonna go down next year.
All right, thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Safe.